Hello, I am Ely. I am a customer experience manager based here in Southeast Asia, and I am also a founder of a large design community nonprofit based here in the Philippines. I am also taking up an online course by Tiago Forte on building a second brain, and what you're seeing right here, right now, my attempt towards documenting the things that I'm learning. Do this to keep myself accountable to my daily tasks and challenges, express myself to improve my communication skills, and to document things that I'm learning. So I'll jump right into one of the questions that's being asked on my classmate cohorts here in the Building a Second Brain course. I had posted something in a little circle group, aggressive summarization, which is one of the lessons taught by Tiago Forte, in an example of how I was doing it using tools that were taught to us to use. Tools were specifically Readwise, and Roam Research. Roam Research, this Roam Research, online note-taking tool and writing. I, I encounter things I collect, and I'm building what's called a second brain, my personal knowledge management system. So now let me go here back to my question that was raised when I was demoing this. Essentially, what I was doing is I was using Kindle to highlight things on my book. This was the book I was reading right over the weekend, the Hacking Growth book, and I started highlighting it, transferred over to Readwise. I was transferring the notes to my Readwise. I started making what's called literature note. Literature. The way I do my literature, change it into a question so that when I see it, I can look at the question first, and then I try to answer it in my mind. What was this all about? So, for example, here, this was my original note. This is highlighted original note. Looking at right side is where I was typing my literature note, and I converted it into a question. How does customer retention affect profits? Now, then did the same. Then I started. If I think it should be part of my second brain, I make a short note. I add a letter Z in front of it. See here, there's a letter Z. Customer retention affects profits. And I add the reference where I got this idea from, some of my notes, and I put a bit of some tags on it. The course, Hacking Growth by Sean Edders. Some keywords, retaining customer retention. Also, I put the tag permanent notes and evergreen notes, I'll get to in a bit. And the reason why I add the letter Z is when I start searching for it, type in the Z with the double brackets, it will instantly show me all those evergreen notes that I already saved before. So let me show you how that works right now. So this is my online Kindle. For instance, I would be looking at this. Understanding this is the Kindle online. I haven't actually tried it yet with Amazon.com, read.amazon.com. I've done this using my regular software, Kindle. And let's see. For instance, data analyst. These are the roles of a growth hacking particular bit that I'm looking at. One of the key roles, the data analyst, right? Check if I'm so what I do is I highlight some, for instance, a growth team might not team's data representative need to like some addresses provide this in a highlight. I'm not sure how fast this actually if it updates me. Now I go to Readwise. Think already did this. Normally it's automatic, so I guess I just need for to roam synced. Synced here. Start export. See if it starts exporting the or to Chrome. Normally something like this. Highlight, for instance. Here's an example from another book. See if that book show up. Book. Um, Normally, I'm not sure if it will. For example, just another example is this is one particular article that I was looking at online earlier. It's synced. Now it says 5. This is earlier. Synced. Press it. See, I refresh it. So dated highlight. Readwise again. I don't know how fast it works. Normally I check it the next day. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see another example instead. Did not highlight me. This was thinking. Otherwise, this maybe let's do it in an article. Here. It's an article from something I was looking at Medium. Let's see. Right. Let's say I want to highlight. Let's say I want to highlight it like this. If you're seeing it on my screen, but I can save highlight. Maybe I'll take a screenshot for you. Saving the highlight. The show of Readwise in my highlight. Readwise Roam Research. Okay, so here it is. The article from Project Oxygen Project. First step. I think this start export, and now it should be here. Takes a while. Oh wow! Suddenly, or there you go. It exported one highlight to one note. This is, oh, there you go. Now sync. Now this is my highlight. What I do now, click here, literature note. This is quite long. Sometimes you just put project project literature note. Open this up. Click from here. I can now start progressively summarizing by my case, make it into a question. So for instance, something like this, I'd ask, what is project? What is Google's Project Oxygen, Project Aristotle? Is Google and the idea is for me to put it in my own words. Now, project, I can use my own words. I should, the idea is for me to practice typing so that I can remember a bit more. Project and serve, yeah, our findings. Google. I find out to find makes teams and managers. For instance, that's that's an example of note that I just made a literature. So this is the what I'm doing is what's called a Zettelkasten. I based it off what this two only has been doing towards how to take smart note casting. Very similar to what he's doing. Also combined something that I learned from Professor Joel Chan here, Evergreen Notes, which is here. Findings from Google's research, right? I would, if this is something I would put in my permanent notes or evergreen notes, The idea, the question is, one of the questions was, what is an evergreen node? And I refer you to Andy Matushak's idea of an evergreen node. These are your bits of information that you put in second brain, and then they should be atomic. Put it in your second brain, your knowledge management. Put it there. It should be atomic. There are some ideas here. This is age, serendipity, reference. Yeah. So, for instance, I want to make this part of my evergreen permanent node. To tag this, I will put it as Z. This is a feature of Roam Research. You see, there are a couple of Z's or Zetels that are becoming part of my second brain. Now, um, because I tagged this now, if you click on this link, I have a shortcut. I can reference it, add that this came from this article. Keywords, for instance, things that would help me remember this in the future, designing for my future stuff. Iago, coverability. How do I make this coverable for my future stuff? Really manage, understand. Maybe I can put coverable forming effective. I already have forming. You can add more keywords here. You can add the relevant note or other examples that I can tag here. Maybe I can relate it to customer. There must be use the and I will add some of my personal thoughts on this. And I can add some more notes. I can just think of example of buying research. Validate like that. Of course, now if I put this, I tag this as part of my, let's say, my green notes, or tenant notes, or my tag it both, but it's basically the same thing. I'm just tagging it both right now because I don't know. I can't decide yet whether I'll call this my evergreen notes or what I call this my permanent note. Yep. So that's the demo of how this works. Now, in the future, I'd be keep looking at all these notes and iterate a bit more, edit, edit it again, still applies to current thought, my brain, or if I learn something, do I need to does do these settles tidbits of knowledge in the brain still apply in the future? Yeah, here is an example of how I'm using my Readwise Roam Research, forming, building up my brain. Help you out. And this video is something I'll probably attach here to answer Andrew's question. Now, the value of doing this now in my second brain is if I need to, for instance, I'm making an article forming teams. And actually, I have one. You have yesterday I was key components growth hack cross-functional team, for instance. Now I can just add the zettel that you should follow, and I can click on this, expand a bit more what I have reference when I am forming my thoughts, collecting my book out, zettel. And that's one of the principles of building brain, slow burns. I like collecting those settles are my slow burns. And I have a project, make something, get all those information, my personal Google. So that's it for today. Hope you found value in this for your own